Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to share a Dyson Airwrap tutorial. I do have very fine textured hair. It's a little bit on the thinner side, but I would say I have quite a bit of fine hair. It's not super thin, but I do struggle a lot with volume and the big bouncy curls that I love and see on other girls. And it wasn't until I got the Dyson where I was really able to achieve that look. And I'll have all the products I use linked in the description box below, as well as a full detailed review on this product if you're really trying to do research to determine if it's the right purchase for you. I go through the pros, the cons, similar tools for less. So here is the completed hairstyle. So if you want to see how I did it, keep watching. Okay, so to start off with my wet hair, I'm going to first use the blow dryer attachment just to get it a little more dry. I also have the Dyson blow dryer, so I'm actually going to do a time comparison and I'll put that in the blog post. This video is just going to be strictly like tutorial on how I use the products. So if you're looking for more information about like my overall review and thoughts on the product, definitely check out the blog post I'll have linked below. Okay, so that was about a minute. My hair definitely dries very quickly, which is why I think I can totally get away with this as my solo blow dryer, but I'm gonna switch out the attachment and use the round brush. I really like this brush because my hair is very like fine. It helps give volume. And I also really like to focus it on my cowlick in the back of my head to try to like flatten that out as much as possible and also create some shape through the front. Hard to do your hair without a mirror, but now that my hair is dried, you can see I feel like it has a lot more body than it typically does when I use a blow dryer. I actually very rarely wear my hair straight, but I feel like since getting the Dyson, I like my hair straight more just because it seems like it has a little more body to it. I actually like to dry my hair completely before going into the curls. I have found that with my hair type, it's very fine, that when my hair is wet, even though I'm sectioning pieces off, if the curls touch any part of another section that's still wet, they will just completely fall out on my hair. But a trick, especially if you have the same hair texture that I do, is if I really want my curls to stay and give it an extra volume boost, I actually apply a volumizing mist that helps to kind of dampen the hair, but it also acts as like a hairspray as well. And I find that this really locks in the style. I don't do this every single time, but for the sake of this video, I thought I would show you guys that step. So there are definitely different curling techniques that you can use with the Dyson to get you various results. I personally prefer the smaller barrels to the larger barrels, just so you can see the size difference, just because my hair does hold this one a bit better. So I'll run through a couple different curl techniques in the review just to show you guys what different results you could get. But again, I'm just going to show you guys what I typically do. I personally prefer very like loose, voluminous curls. I usually don't go for the beachy look. I think you can get that look if you use this like a wand and wrap your hair around it like this. So with the Dyson, the biggest learning curve is figuring out the direction of the curls. It is very simple once you get the hang of it, but it is definitely something that's different and you have to get used to. So with this attachment, the arrows are going this way, so that's going to pull the curl away from my face. So this is the side I'm going to use it on. Technically, you can use the same one on both sides if you flip it upside down, but I do find it's overall easier just to quickly switch them out. And they don't get too hot to where you can't touch them. Unlike a regular curling iron, you could definitely not switch the curls from side to side if you were wanting to get different looks. So I feel like this bottom section still has a little bit of dampness to it. Nothing wrong with that since this blow dryer is meant to take your hair from wet to dry. It's a great way to like save time. But I'm going to go in with the volumizing spray. This one is from Moroccan Oil. Especially on these bottom layers, my hair does not hold curl very well on these layers. I'm just gonna brush it through. Okay. So starting with a back section, I'm gonna take the Dyson and essentially I'm just gonna turn it on. I have it on the highest setting and I'll leave that for 5 to 8 seconds, and then I'm gonna switch it up and that will cool it off for another 5 seconds, and that really helps to lock in the style. Here's the cool shot. And then there is the completed curl. You can see it's very bouncy. I'm gonna take another section. I like to have the Dyson go through the ends a little bit before I pull it up close to my head. It can get a little warm against like your neck and head, so that's when I often switch it to cool. So just something to keep in mind when styling. I'm going to do 4 sections here. And as you can see too, I do turn it off completely before letting my hair come out. It's not that it's sucking in your hair whatsoever. It's just less messy when you turn it off first because the wind's not blowing your hair around. I know some people are scared that this is going to suck their hair in. It absolutely is not. My hair does get caught in the curling iron, especially like a clamp or even like the ends if it has like a heat protector on the very end. My hair is so fine that it gets stuck in there. So I find that I actually have more hair loss with a curling iron than I do this tool. Your hair stays completely around the outside and then you can just turn it off and it falls right out. Turn it off and voila. Obviously, this is extremely bouncy and it will fall out. Just don't touch it until you are completely done. So now I'm going to switch to the other side. To do that, you just pull this down and it comes right off. Grab it with the end, even though it is hot. It's not like a curling iron hot, but still I don't want to just touch it for no reason. So grab it with that piece and then grab the other side, snap it on. Now this direction is this way, so it's going to pull the curls again away from my face. And we are all done. Still don't touch them. Give them a little bit more time to cool. I'm going to section off another hair. I just sprayed that product onto the brush and I'm just going to brush a little bit of it through. I find that I always like spray my face and it's very unpleasant. Just going to repeat these steps all over again. Side is all done. Something I just wanted to point out that I feel like may easily be overlooked is you can see how little motion is required of my hands and wrist and even my shoulders, which I think this product would be great if you do have any sort of functional limitations with your upper extremity. Sorry, my PT side is coming out, but I just wanted to mention that because I definitely thought of patients who, you know, had rotator cuff surgery or things like that. They don't have to elevate their head at all and like curl, and it's just a lot less stress on the upper extremities. So if that is you, definitely a major reason to consider this hair tool. All right, well, I feel like I just made a new YouTuber beginner mistake that I haven't done in years, but I actually forgot to charge that battery and I was filming on a new camera, so now we're switching to a different camera. Back to the tutorial we go, because we can't just wait for the camera to charge with this type of video. Gotta love it. I'm pretty sure that is in my like YouTube hacks for beginners post, so if you are a new YouTuber, definitely check out that post. I guess I need to reread it. Okay. Alright, now for the final top section. You have a couple different options. So what I love about the Dyson is it really is the closest thing you can get to hot rollers, and I find it so much easier to use. I've tried hot rollers, I love that look, but my hair just does not, at least when I do it, it does not work because they just fall out. They fall on my face. I get creases all the time from the clips no matter what clip I try. So I love that I can get that look with this. I find it so much easier. But if you do love rollers, an option for this top section is to curl horizontal like this, and then you can actually put them in a roller if you really want to set that major volume. I just don't have time for that. You can even see like the clip dents in my hair already. So a couple of things I wanted to point out there. You saw that some pieces were falling out. I find that that happens when I have too large of a section for this size brush. They do actually make a longer one if you have longer hair. And if you do have longer hair and you're working with this length barrel, I would just recommend taking smaller sections, especially if you find hair coming out. That will definitely help. So for this front piece, this is the one piece where I, no matter what, usually have hair falling out. Just have a lot of layers through here, but I do try to just take the shorter section and then I just start wrapping them in. So I currently look like George Washington. Do not worry. These will basically just turn into really pretty, what are they calling them these days? I feel like it's a trend right now, and I feel like I've always just worn my hair like that, but girls are like cutting their hair to do like whatever those are called. You can let me know in the comments. Alright, so now that everything is curled, you can go in with like a styling spray. I usually don't, just because I don't like the feeling. I'm just going to run my fingers through the curls. But now I no longer look like George Washington. It gives you that really pretty swoop to the side, gets your hair out of your face, which I love. And even on this side, normally this side is a little bit more on the struggle bus. It's like my thinner side since of how I part my hair. It even has a lot more body. Thank you, Dyson. So again, I feel like this look just gives you like the hot roller look, much easier. So the Dyson does not completely take out my curling iron. You can see I still use it very regularly. It's right over there, but I do love it for initial styling to get my hair as much body as possible. And then I also touch up like the top sections, like say I have some dry shampoo in there, and really like style the volume, and then I'll touch it up with a curling iron. And this is also my hair without any hair extensions. I do love some hair extensions for extra volume, and it also helps keep my curl, but I wanted to show you guys the before and after on regular hair. Alright y'all, that is how I use the Dyson Airwrap. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know down in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer those for you guys. And if you're looking for any other products along with my dress, Anything you see here, I'll have all the details linked in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you later this week with a new fashion video. Bye!